5 girls.
Oh, okay, cool.
And 5 or 6 boys. So, like, huge Hawaiian family.
Right there. There's Mom.
And,
I'm gonna feature all these people.
yeah.
Who's this one right here?
That's my mom.
Your mom. So you're like got some Spanish in you then. Huh?
Nope. Native American.
Oh. Let's see. Woo. I'm looking at
That's our dang wedding picture.
Hey, you look like
We were children back then.
you look like a '80s action star, bro. Yeah, look, Mark Silver. You know how they got the shit? They show the characters. Mark Silver.
That's hilarious.
That's how you look. You got the hair and everything, and you looking like, let's just get this shit over with. This is a waste of fucking money. I want to save. That's how your face is looking. Tell the people who you are, man. This is Mark.
My name is Mars. Mars Visa.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing carpentry for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing funner than that in the world.
Yeah. Chill guy, weed smoking guy.
Yeah.
Well, we could open it up like this. What's the story on those tattoos right there? Let me see those.
I just got a few tattoos. I got this one on Oahu.
Mm-hmm.
My son was in a band called Black Square for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to get a Black Square tattoo. As long as you have a Black Square tattoo, whenever you go to a show to see them in the future, they'll always let you in for free.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. You told a cool ass story. I don't know if you want to share that story on the camera though, but that was a cool story. But my man is married. He's in a long-term relationship. His lady is here, but she's in the clouds. But let's ask that. Let me ask you that. So we want to just do a couple of things. I know people are ready to settle down now, and even for me, like, it's not fun going to the, like, you're not drinking and shit. It's not like fun and stuff. Like, I have friends who, you know, you see on Instagram, they're doing all this party shit, and I just be like, that looks like a headache to me, right? It's like a headache. So how long ago, when did you two meet?
Well, we met when I was 33, and so I've known this girl since she was 12, 13 years old.
Mm.
And I dated her sister for a while, and her sister wanted to have a kid, and so she did. And I don't want to talk too much shit, but she wasn't the most responsible mother.
Uh-oh.
And my wife here snatched him up one day and said, I'm leaving, and she took his ass to Utah for a few years because he didn't have a really good home life, and she wanted to provide for him. And so she helped him with that, and then a few years later, his grandmother and my wife and my son Nick moved to Oahu together. And after about 6 months there, Sandy's like, you know what? I'm bored to tears here. I'm going to move back to California. So she moved back to California, and within a few weeks or a month or so, we started hanging out. Actually, her brother's a dear friend of mine. And he said, my sister Sandy wants you to call her. And I'm like, if she wants to talk to me, she'll call me. And he was saying the same thing to her. Like, Mars wants you to call him. And I didn't understand why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up hanging out and we're together. Yeah, we started dating, and she's like, why are you talking about my nephew all the time? And I'm like, what do you mean your nephew? He's my son. And so she like picked up the phone, called her mom. She's like, hey mom, I just found out who Nick's dad is. And they jumped on a plane on Oahu, and they came to the Bay Area like 3 days later. And we're sitting there talking, and his grandmother looks at him and says, "Nicholas, do you know this man?" He looks at me. He's like, "Yeah, I've known him all my life." And Sandy's mom like shot me a look immediately, like, "What?" And I said that whenever Keith was at home and Nicholas was there and no one else was home, he'd call me and say, "Hey, come by and see your son." So I would. Yeah. She looked at me in the eyes and she's like, "I like that."
That's what we call choosing signals. She gave you a choosing signal.
Yeah, so that really helped to grow our relationship right then. Turns out Sandy's sister, we'll call her Susie, was saying stuff to Sandy's mom about, like, he got me into bad things, and in truth, I wasn't that guy. And it was kind of cool getting to know Sandy's mom for real and getting to be friends with her and stuff.
Isn't it cool to, like, you know, I had these thoughts that, you know, when you're in a situation, there's always a beginning, but at the beginning, you don't know where it ends. You feel me? It's kind of cool to just look back, because when you're in those early situations, you just really don't know day to day, and then 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, it's weird how time just flies. We've been together for over 30 years now.
30 years.
It's kind of unbelievable.
Like, what would you tell people that are young? Like for me, when I see people and they're like 17, 20, and they're like, "Oh, this is my last. This is the best." And I'd be thinking to myself, you're going to have like 4 or 5 more of these. But for the naysayers who think that their love is real, and they found that person at 16, and we're going to be like, what advice would you give them? And it's a side question like that. And do you think relationships are better when people look for them? Like, some people, they feel like they need it to be complete, or some people just, they do whatever in life, and then once they find that person, they adapt. Do you guys feel like there's a strategy or a better way?
I don't think that you should look for a person, but that's just me. I mean, for some people that work, but for me, it just happened.
Yeah.
Even though because we met when I was so young.
That's gonna sound cool on camera. It is, I know.
I mean, really young. Yes, I had thoughts of the future back then, but I was a little girl, and so they were kind of like, "Oh, I'm infatuated with this guy, and he's so much older than me." And yeah, I wrote about him in my diary and shit like that when I was young. But then for me to think about it now, it's like, did I manifest that a little bit when I was so little? Or did it just happen? Or, I don't know. But for me, everything in life, relationships and jobs and everything, have just happened. I haven't really, sought it out. It just happens.
Yeah. What importance do you feel of it being one, leadership, and two people being on the same page? Because I feel like sometimes women, they're like, "Ooh, I need to be led," but then there's other times where I feel like 2 people need to have equal. You know what I mean?
I think it should be equal, but there are times where he's going to know best, and there's times that I'm going to know best, and we know that about each other. Yeah. So we just listen to each other, and in different situations. He's going to know, because I know that he's going to know what to do in certain situations. He's going to know that I know, because we know each other so well.
Yeah. What do you think?
She couldn't be more right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say, planning and stuff. We're both good at that.
Yeah. You guys look like a couple. I've seen that. Man, it was crazy. I was in Spain in April, and you can see a lot of couples, and it's like you guys start to look. It's like a vibe between each other. You can tell. It's
true. I've known. I've seen that all my life. When I was growing up, there were people in the church that I attended and they were older couples, and they looked alike in their mannerisms and their speech. And I'm like, wow. And I even commented to that to my mom. And she's like, it's just from being, loving somebody and being with them for a long time. You're going to pick up stuff from them because you love them so much.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's
true.
not easy. Being married is not easy.
What's the hardest part? What is the hardest part of being? Because
not wanting to compromise, but knowing that I'm going to. That's really tough.
Oh, well, you said not willing to compromise, but no, you got to.
No, I'm willing to.
You're willing to.
I'm not willing to, but I'm going to do it. Like, I don't think there's a more important word in our relationship than compromise.
Yeah.
We both do it more than we want to. But we just don't want to be without each other. I think that's more the goal than anything else.
No kids?
Just her sister's son. Yeah. Like, he introduces us as his parents.
Yeah. Nope. No desire for that.
Well,
kinda.
When I was talking with Sandy's mother before we were married, she said to me, Sandy's going to want to have a couple kids. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I'm sorry to say, Mom, but I'm sterile. So I had one kid, and I didn't want that to happen, so I got sterilized really soon after that. And she got kind of like a little butthurt look on her face. She's like, all right. Like, Sandy's mom insists that I call her Mom. Yeah. She's the best example of a real mother I've ever had. My mom and I didn't get along as good as we could have.
You know what's crazy is I used to want to be a dad really bad. And because I didn't have a father, so I was like, ooh, I want to be this cool-ass fucking dad and be all the things that I wish that I miss. And so my niece, she had my nephew. He was 8 months. We took him to see my mom. And I thought I was pretty good with kids. I'd go over there, spend the weekend with them, fuck with them 5-6 hours, put them to bed, I'm the shit, whatever. And so then we were there for a whole week. And from that, I was like, it was just like nonstop. It's like, I'm energy based, like, so it's like sometimes people don't understand. I be trying to teach this shit, and it's like the energy is real. It's not like people want to say shit like it's cool and like people want to get on vibes. Like, no, it's for real. Like that, it's like for real energy. Like, cause we didn't have super conflict. The kids didn't throw no shit at me. It was just a lot of giving all that attention to something else. When I want to do something, I was like, okay, I get it now. Because I feel drained, but I can't even really say, like, oh, I'm drained because this motherfucker ran outside. I had to go check. Like, none of that happened. But at the end of the day, I'm like, whew. And then I was just like, you know what? Being a dad, I don't want that shit the same way. Because at first, and then I realized what it was, cameo to my hand. I used to just infatuate myself with the good parts. Yeah. Like, ooh, I'm going to show him this. I'm going to show him how to do that. He's going to learn 3 languages by 10. I was reading at 4. He going to read by 2. That type of shit, right? And then I start paying attention to different stuff. And then I'll date women with kids and like women with like teenage kids. And then say that I remember the mom and the teenage daughter, they had a little tiss, and I was just sitting on the back, like not with the popcorn, but like, ooh, what's about to happen next? Well, that is the popcorn. So yeah. But in my mind too, I was like, ooh, I wish my kid would say that. And I was just like, you know what? This don't seem that fun. Because you don't think about those ages when they become their own selves. You just think about, oh, they're going to be 3, doing little dances, cute, I'm going to dress them up like this, But what happened when that middle school age? That ain't the fun part. Nope.
So all that not fun stuff with my son was very minimal. Mm-hmm. He was raised by some strong ass women that he says that he's got the best life because of that. Mm. He's like, I couldn't have been raised by better women that were really strong, and it really helped me to become the man I am. Whatever. He's a gentleman. He's arrogant.
Yeah.
He's a really sweet kid. He's a great musician. He got sick of playing music, though, so he doesn't play a lot. He says the only reason he plays music now is to do a favor for his friends. Yeah. But it sure doesn't look like he's doing him a favor when he's playing music.
I could see you playing an instrument. You don't play one?
So I've got 3 brothers and a son that are all musicians, and I got into carpentry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something different. I didn't play any musical instruments.
You don't. Let me ask you, the carpentry. You didn't like having the 9-to-5 shit. You wanted to do your own thing. Was more of a push?
For carpentry, no. I mean, I didn't mind anything about the 8-hour shifts every day. I'd work 7 days a week, 10-hour days. I remember having a really the best carpentry job I had in my life. I worked for a trim outfit in San Francisco. It was like everything was post sheetrock. Just doors, windows, window trim, door trim, like setting cabinets, making everything perfect, making everything perfect.
You ever think about doing your own business and just having people work for you?
I thought about it, but I had more fun doing the work myself and not having to concentrate so much on running a crew. I've had guys, help me to do stuff, and it's I like my work better than I like other people's work, and I don't want to have to fix stuff.
You seem like an artist type cat, and you have to be a carpenter to be creative, and I think people don't understand, we're very niche, very analytical. Just certain things have to be sometimes I annoy myself with shit.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so it'd be then I'm a Gemini too. And that's man, a lot of difficulties I have, I put them on myself and don't even know it.
Yeah, the niche type stuff, I aim at just finding clients that want that kind of stuff done. Like, I want a sweet kitchen, can you do that? I want a really sweet bathroom, what can we do here? I worked with architects. I worked with people that are just what would you do? I'd hire an architect, but we get through projects. I always match existing as much as possible.
Yeah.
Make it look as good as possible. I don't like using products that aren't wood.
I don't know. Me, I'm getting spoiled. I don't like going to work anymore, bro. And the thing is weird is, I used to. I wasn't one of those guys his whole life fuck this shit, I don't want to do it. I wasn't always like that. But I don't know if it's partially age or just, I don't know, man. When you can make money just being who the fuck you are, all the money you get hits different. Because even you can get money doing something that you love, right? You love carpentry. I scope. I love that shit. I don't get paid for it. I show you, I got good stuff, bro. But maybe I have showed you some stuff.
You showed me a couple of things.
Okay, boom. So
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing stuff.
It's better than some of the shit I see featured. Everything I see featured ain't good.
That's the truth. It's better than a lot of stuff I've seen.
Yeah. But when you just get to monetize just you, it just changes the whole vibe of everything.
Yeah.
Because it's only there's selected people can do that.
I like working by myself. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want somebody else to do some of the work and me do some of the work. Just it's just I'm not seeking anything other than having it be perfect.
Yeah.
And I can do that. I think what I consider perfect. I won't say it's flawless, but to me, the client can't see a single flaw, and that's all that mattered to me.
You guys have any travel planned together?
We're going to be traveling very soon to move out of state.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we're moving to Oahu to get closer to my son and her mom.
Hawaii?
Oahu, Hawaii.
That don't surprise me. I see that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, her mom.
Hawaii's, I've never been there, but I've been to Waikiki. But it's, you know what? Let me say this. and I know it's fucked up and people ain't gonna like it, but I'll just keep it real. Like, I feel like Samoan Tongans, I think like those are the best people. I don't think I've ever met like a Samoan or Tongan that I didn't like. The way their family oriented. It's like even being black. You see some of it, but I've never seen like a toxic Samoan family before. Like maybe they do, but I don't know. Just like you just see it's just a different type of love that they have, man. And I don't know. It's just like I'd be jealous of it. Like, man, why we can't be like that? You know, it's
so
crazy.
Hawaiian, Samoan, and Tongan are all Polynesian.
Yeah.
Sandy's Polynesian.
Yeah.
That's part of the draw.
See, look, I know what I'm talking about. See?
Yeah. So her mom, I don't know. Let's talk about your grandmother, your great grandmother, all the kids they had.
So my great grandmother was full Hawaiian. She lived on the Big Island, and she had
married at the Oakland Zoo.
At the zoo?
Yeah, at the snow building at the Oakland Zoo.
That's hella funny, bro.
Yeah, that was a fun party.
That's funny. So Hawaii, that's cool. Where all places have y'all been together though? It's not. I don't want to be a like judger, but like it seemed like y'all would be doing camping and stuff like that. I see that vibe.
We've gone to camp. We've got a full camp set up, and I'm ready to go right now. We haven't been camping a lot in the last year. I hurt my shoulder. I had some surgery. I'm just taking it easy until all that's done. Recuperating.
I need a striker for this blunt, this joint right here. You have it?
It's up there by the incense.
Here we go.
But yeah, we go camping.
Y'all been whitewater rafting?
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
just went. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I want one that's super intense the whole time, but I don't want to regret the decision because it's not about just how intense it is, but you gotta think you get tired as fuck for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it seemed cool.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
So I took that water rafting, going down the American River to a different level. I went down the American River a lot of times on a buoy board. It's always good to go down the river feet first, not head first. I went head first down the American River, stopped on waves. You know those standing waves that you can stop and surf on?
Mm-hmm.
We stopped and surfed on those waves. Did that for quite a few years. It's really fun to put my body in dangerous situations.
You know what you guys should do? I recommend
Jump off cliffs.
Close. Skydive, man. Or yeah. Let me not assume y'all haven't done that though. Let me not assume.
Haven't done it yet.
You two need to. It'll fucking change your life. It'll bring y'all super close. Just watch that whole week. You guys just gonna be locking eyes like, zoom. We did that.
Yeah.
Zoom. That was awesome. Zoom. That was where. Zoom. Let's put on the DVD. Let's smoke weed. Watch the DVD. You want to do it? Zoom. I'm telling you.
We were on Kauai for a week or so, and we had all these trips planned. Like we're gonna ride our bicycles. Like we're gonna ride some bicycles from the top of Waimea Canyon all the way to the bottom. Mm-hmm. We were going to go in these little like waterways that were used to take cane from the mountain up down to the places where they make sugar. And everything was closed, and we...
Zero! That's the
There was two big hurricanes on the island at the time. Mm-hmm. And so there was only one thing open, and it was the helicopters rides, and we were both like, I don't want to ride on a helicopter. And then I'm like, well, I'll go if you're on it. And she's like, well, I'll go if you're on it, because if it's gonna crash, at least we'd both be gone.
Exactly. Yeah. And
so we get on the helicopter, and we're both, I think she was a little bit apprehensive. I wasn't nervous even a little bit. And probably the funnest thing we've ever done with our clothes on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's these other helicopters. We were like in the big blue giant helicopter with 7 people in it, and they're like, there's a helicopter you can ride. It's yellow. It holds 2 passengers and 1 pilot. And right before you take off, they'll give you the opportunity to take the doors off. And when we landed, I'm all, so you want to take that yellow one? And she's like, hell yeah, doors off.
Hey, I got a fucking video. You reminded me, man, of some cool ass shit. I was in shout out to my boy International Chris. We gonna go to Africa, I think in December.
Nice.
We were in Dubai, and after this, I'm gonna show you the video. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. It's hella funny because the Indian cat, because they got the safari shit. So we in the desert and shit, right? We doing our all some shit, but then I guess it's just next level, like extreme double X safari, right? Wow. So they drive this shit. Hell yeah, Dubai and the dudes. They drive this shit hella fast, hella fast and shit. And then my boy, he was talking shit at first, and then he started throwing up. And then by the cat, he circled back because my guy's a big cat. He said, I thought I told you this was not safari. This is extreme safari. he had to stun on him like, oh, you thought this was the regular? I'm gonna show you, and it's gonna be really funny because it's gonna be just how I showed you. This is extreme safari. Like, how dare you? People throw up on our shit all the time. This is extreme. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh, shit. Awesome. With a heavy accent. Oh.
Mm-hmm. But he was an Indian cat with some swagger, so that even made him more funny. Yeah. He's like, what you talking about? This is extreme. Fuck you mean? Aww. Hilarious, man. I'm gonna show you though. I don't even have to. It's not even hard for me to find. Yeah, I would in relationships. I say that traveling like together, it kind of builds your character with each other, and you can kind of just see people in panicky situations and shit. Like, I think a lot of times people commit to another person too fast before. See, it's people always look at it like, oh, are we compatible? Does she cook? Check. Sex? Check. Submissive? Check. But no, but like, how about, does she panic when her mother calls? Or, you know, when shit happens at her job, does she lose her fucking mind and come home and make you lose your fucking mind? So, you know, those type of things. How is she with her kids? You know, so she got dogs. She might just come home and boot the fuck out her cat and shit like that. And you didn't already made her your girlfriend and shit. So you don't know. And you be like, damn, why the fuck you boot your cat? Oh, because he sneezed. And that's regular for you to boot. Now you already feel fucked up about her, right? That fast. You fell in love with her, passionate sex, everything. But now you discover after you've been in a relationship 6 months, did she come home and just boot her fucking cat? Wow. So it's things like that, though, you know, seriously, or just the way people eat, the way people spend money. Like, even me, like, if I date a woman, I don't like cheap women. Like, it won't even, put it like this, it won't even get far. It's not about a woman like, oh, buy me some Jordans, but I don't like women who don't push it up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me take you somewhere. I see some shit you like. Like, it's not even about me telling them that's what I like and then they do. If they don't have that in them, period, it ain't even going to make it to the, you know what I'm saying?
That's such a great example because she doesn't like jewelry. And I'm like, that's cool. I guess I can't get you jewelry then.
Yeah, just like men assuming all women like flowers. All women don't like flowers. You know, they may be like, they don't hate it, but you're not getting the point you thought you was getting. Like, I gave her 2 dozen, sent them to the job. And you're thinking that's probably 7 points out of 10 right there. That's more 2 points. She like, fucking, I'm a gardener. He didn't even know that.
Right.
I'm around flowers all day.
Great. Exactly.
That's really funny. Yeah, that's so true.
So just the shit like that, man.
I think that nobody should get married until they've been together long enough to be like, I know you now.
Let me say this. I've never been in a relationship. There's been, you know, things get through the cracks. No, I mean, shit, I mean, that's life. You know, it's just like if I beat 100 people's asses, if I lost 2, I'm still a fire ass. You can still bet on me. Like, okay, I've knocked out 98 people. So I lost them 2. Yeah, you know, last night I was partying. The other night, you don't even know what happened, you know? So it could be that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know? See, boom, I didn't forget what the hell I was about to say.
You said you haven't been in a relationship that...
Personally, I like to have a friendship. I don't like to be like friends with my homies and shit. Then I come home, baby, foo-foo, pow-pow. baby, boo boo, one dinner, boo boo boo. On that's fucking shit. I don't want that. And I know cats that's married and they have been in relationships for hella years, but that's what they have to do too. They don't. That part don't get mentioned out. I don't want to fucking baby talk. Oh, you would do, hey babe, hold on, I got to go.
I know exactly. What
Yeah,
you're
you got. Hold on. Like what's up? Oh yeah, we chilling on this weed. Oh yeah, the game. Oh, LeBron James a fool. Oh hello, baby. Beep 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 beep. It turns into another language. Beep bop beep bop beep bop bop.
I she's the dude in the relationship and I'm not, but quite often she's the dude in the relationship.
So you beep bop 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 bop.
No.
All right, then you still.
Hell no.
No, I'm a dude too, but she's
Look at that. I just taught y'all language. I did it. Y'all do exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is expert level. See, when you expert level, you can do stuff like that. I just created language live. I don't want to hear y'all beep, bop, 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 and don't say Afi King no
that's
Shoujo.
Gross. That's gross. No, we've never been like that. So we were together 10 years before we got
12,
married.
Seemed like
So we lived together for 10 years before we got married.
Oh, real quick, that's key. Now, this is a preference because it's both. Let's end it with that because I see both, but personally, think people say, okay, you should definitely live with your person first before y'all get married, and then some people say if you do that, it's the death because y'all never will get married.
Well, then I don't feel it was meant to be. If you can't be with somebody for
give me a pal like that.
I
want you hit me with it. I didn't expect that when you just hit. Yeah, we playing tennis. She just hit me. I didn't expect her to say that. I was gonna say something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of unexpected. She's my best friend, bro.
That's awesome.
I think that being best friends first is more important than being lovers or living together or any other part of anything, because you're gonna have to spend every day with that bitch if you're not.
Yeah.
You know.
And there's no bebop boobop in best friends.
Yeah.
Beep bop beep bop 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 bop.
None of that shit at
Beep
all.
bop 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 bop. Hey, we gonna leave it there, man. Just give them some last words, bro. What do you got to say? Anything, it don't matter. What's the first thing on your mind? Because I know that we probably talked about things that you didn't. I do remember that shit. Then you gonna think, remember you said that, remember that, boop boop boop.
I just can't.
I might have got you some points tonight. We don't know.
I just can't wait to lay on the beach with you and have this movie over with.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about.
Yeah. No, she's about to love you better just because I reminded her of the 80s action movie star over there. Silver Fox. Mark Silver Fox.
It's so funny that you said Silver Fox. I want a tattoo of a Silver Fox. I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah. Look like you look like. All right, guys. Like the video. Share, subscribe, man. Peace. This is behind the scenes. This is hours later. We're still rolling. Got smoke. Still going. This is still a party. You guys, all this shit on here. It's his first blunt he rolled, and he likes swinging zigzags. So now I put him to the chase, and now.